Here is why the new lane matchmaking is bad, and I'll tell you about the whole dark system. Moonton is currently cooking. First of all, let me tell you about the two types of matchmaking system. The first one is skill-based matchmaking, SBMM. This is the matchmaking system we expect from Moonton, but we will never get. In SBMM, things are balanced. You get players almost at the same skill level, and things are pretty fair. But why is this not seen as much as EOM? The reason is that in SBMM, the difficulty level is always the same because we match up with the same skill-leveled opponents. So when we keep playing, we get bored since the difficulty doesn't change. The second matchmaking system is EOMM, the dark system. This is the modern matchmaking system that almost every game uses. It's like an enhanced version of SBMM, not really based on skill, but made to keep us more engaged in the game. In EOMM, skill doesn't matter, engagement does. So how do they keep us engaged in the game? Simple. They give us matches where we can win with a 15k gold deficit or a 1k gold deficit, and vice versa, lose with 15k or 1k gold deficit. To put it simply, let's say you win a couple matches easily. Then suddenly you lose one match with some horrible teammates and highly experienced enemy team. You start thinking, what? I played better in the last match. Let's try one more. Then you get destroyed in the next one. But with the same mindset, you try again. And this time, you win but with a struggle. Now you think you're good again, and boom, you're back in the cycle. That's how they keep you playing. The goal of this matchmaking system is to keep you addicted to the game. It's pure manipulation. And the worst part? The game has already decided the outcome of the match. Almost 60% of the matches we win or lose are because the game wants it, not because we want it. Bro, you really think it's a coincidence we keep getting trash teammates? There are over 500 million players. You're telling me they can't find balanced teams? And it's not just the teammates that EOMM manipulates. It also controls your ping, damage, output of heroes, and sustainability, like how tanky or squishy your hero feels. Chances are 50-50 hits. Did you notice that in the last season, when you kept spamming your favorite hero to grind MMR in a single lane, your ping spiked hard? And it only happens when you pick that hero or that lane? Also, have you noticed sometimes even counter picks don't work, even when you play them right? Well, that's the dark Systemaka EOMM. Matchmaking is trying to force you to play another hero or another lane because it thinks you'll get bored otherwise. So you see the goal now, right? They only care if we keep playing. EOMM isn't only seen in MLBB. Almost every big game uses this matchmaking style: COD, Poke, LoL, Valorant, CS, Go. But in MLBB, it's not optimized well. And that's what makes it unfair. We're winning and losing because the game decides, not us. Now, here's why the current matchmaking is so broken. I saw that developers have shown feedback from players, and they summarized it into 3 points. Being repeatedly assigned to less preferred lanes, unreasonable matchmaking results, lane conflicts, hero lane mismatches. But let's be real, that's not the real issue here. Even if lanes are properly picked, the teams are still completely unbalanced. I remember getting a 2-1-7 matches Mia on our side while the enemy had an 8,000 plus matches Ixia. And Ixia is super strong in lane against Mia. That poor Mia had no chance due to her inexperience. The gap is crazy. 200 versus 8,000 matches. Again, with 10 million players in the region, you're telling me they can't find experienced teammates? Sometimes, sure, lane conflicts can happen, but most of the time, we're matching with trolls or bots. Let's talk about bots. It would be okay if bots showed up in 1 out of every 10-20 matches. But in this case, I got 1-2 bots in every match for 10-20 games in a row. And it's disgusting because the bots are always our mid or roam sometimes, even both. These bots are useless. You can't use the chat box. They act deaf. No support, just wandering around the map. How to spot bots. They don't follow commands. After the match, check their profile. If it says renowned collector or expert collector, but they have very few matches, they're bots. They also have no charismano riz. If a bot is in a squad, that whole squad is bots. They usually have a 3-to-1 match to like ratio. If you see these signs, that's a bot. This is the real dark system in MLBB. I actually snuck into bot history and found a match we get after a losing streak all 5 Q-bots from the same country. They usually lock Hayabusa, Estes, Tigreal, Ixia. I remember being hyped because I saw the bot showed 2 tanks. Then my mood dropped to garbage when I saw the bot locked Estes. Here's a screenshot of the lanes that bot had played recently. Sorry, these are just screenshots. I couldn't record it live because my game lags so hard when I try. It's really frustrating when stuff like this happens. We're just trying to make cool plays, have fun, and enjoy the grind. But then this matchmaking ruins it. And the worst part is, these bots aren't there to help us win, they're there so we lose. It's like the game is controlling the outcome of almost every match. If they could just balance EOMM by mixing it with SBMM, the problem would be solved. Because the matchmaking will never go back to pure SBMM. Currently, the game's Play Store rating is around 4.4. And guess what the most common complaint is? Bad matchmaking. MLBB claims to listen to the community, but are they really listening? Does the rating need to drop below 4.0 for matchmaking to finally be fixed? So now you know how matchmaking works and how players are getting manipulated in this game. Don't get manipulated. When you feel like matchmaking is getting worse the more you play, stop playing ranked. Play a brawl, troll around, or just take a break. Or quit ML.